Would you say a feminine man couldn't be a good father?
I didn't say that, but he has to have a little more
I would.
more than me. He has to be more manly than me because
So are
he
you
can't.
comparing it to you, meaning you're too masculine, so you can't have a
Sometimes
masculine
I
man?
have to admit, that's where we talk. Like I'm a little bit dominant, but that's
Oh,
just the way how I am.
you wear the pants. You run the show.
I didn't
So
say wear the
you,
pants. Trust me, I'm done wearing the pants. I don't like that role.
Day,
I'm done with that.
do you prefer more of like a beta man than an alpha?
What's up, y'all? In the last video I did, I was talking about human evolution and physical attraction, from men to women particularly, and why they like big butts and they cannot lie. Now I'm going to be doing it from the female perspective. First off, women evolved to be choosier because reproduction is expensive for us. Pregnancy, nursing, that's a huge investment. So attraction literally became a survival filter for us. Broad shoulders, muscles, and deep voices, that's all tied into testosterone. Back in early human history, those were traits that signaled strength and the ability to protect. A man who could fight off rivals, hunt, and provide food enhanced the increase of survival. That's why those particular things we still get drawn to today, like the deep voice, the muscles, the broad shoulders. I heard everybody in the other comments like saying like a nice back. I like a nice back. And how could I also forget the facial hair, the beard? But it's not just size and or strength. It's also symmetry. We subconsciously view symmetry. Symmetry in the face and body is one of the biggest subconscious signals. Because symmetry means that your body developed without big genetic errors or disease, which is new to me. Clear skin works the same way. It's a good sign of health and a strong immune system. Subconsciously, women read that as, healthy genes for future kids. And this one in particular blows my fucking mind. Women focus on scent, not just the cologne guys wear, but their natural scent. Women are wired to prefer the natural smell of men whose immune system genes are different from their own. That way, if they have children, their children will inherit a stronger immune system. So when you like someone's natural smell, that's biology, your biology doing the math for you. Women can literally smell genetic compatibility. It's crazy. And this shit blew my mind too. Hormonal birth control, if you're on the pill, it flips that preference. So instead of looking for a guy with complementary immune system genes, like instead of smelling that, you'll smell one that's similar to yours and you'll like it. But when you're off the pill, you won't like it anymore. Women's preferences actually change with their ovulation cycle too. Near ovulation, when fertility is the highest, women lean toward the masculine. The dominant behavior, the deep voice, all that turns us on. But in the luteal phase, when fertility is lower, it shifts back towards softer, more reliable faces. During ovulation, short-term attraction leans towards the bad boys. But for the long term, the balance swings to kindness, resourcefulness, and stability. The guys who will stay, not just play. Across hunter-gatherer societies, the best hunters and the men with the most influence had more kids. Today, it translates into ambition, leadership, and or resources. Because status was a survival signal too. And yes, testosterone is something that women look for, but too much of it is actually a bad thing. Higher testosterone gives the alpha look, the deep voice, the bigger muscles, but it comes with a trade-off. Those men are more aggressive, more likely to take risks, and even have a shorter lifespan. It's great short-term for passing on genes, but not long-term for raising kids. That's why women evolved the split attraction strategy. So sometimes they like the bad boys, and then sometimes they want to lean towards more of a feminine man. Research shows that women actually see masculine faces as less warm and less trustworthy. So the female brain is constantly thinking, do I want the good genes or do I want the good dad? So there's a lot more that goes into this, a lot more. There's nuance to it, but I'll just keep this video short. And I'll also link the research papers and the websites I've read from researchers from all around the world, by the way. Researchers really, and why they like.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Women's preferences, man. What are you guys feeling about the video? What are you guys' personal thoughts? We're going to start with the ladies. Go ahead, B. Castine came off the mic first.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what she said is backed by science, but in modern society, the truth of the matter is that as we've evolved and now we are in industrialization society, in addition to one where we take a lot of medications and our food is modified. I think in some other societies, what she's saying is going to hold true, but specifically in America and most Western societies, is the biology starts to go out the window. Like what she said about attraction, right? Like tall, testosterone, balanced man. We see that like modernly, tall people have an advantage. They're statistically richer. So I do think it's true in some ways, but I think in America, it's a lot of nuances to that based on how we just live.
All right, we could go ahead. Ty, you go ahead.
I saw Toya went off. Did you want to go first?
Oh no, go ahead. You can go.
I was just gonna say, I think, first of all, I don't know a lot about what she talked about or the statistics and scientific part behind it, but I think the part of us being attracted to people who seem like they have more testosterone in the sense of height, looks, beard, things of that nature is still true across the board. It's just seen as more attractive to most women, so that's usually what we go for. Even her idea of, back in hunter-gatherer times, women were more attracted to the men who were more proficient in that area. Nowadays, women tend to be more attracted to men who are more proficient in making money, who can be more ambitious, who are natural leaders. I think that's something that's just within our DNA. It's not something that we can change. I do agree with Bekay. I'm sorry if I said your name incorrectly. But I do agree to a certain extent with you as well. Our eating habits, the medicines that we take all changes, right? It can convolute some of our natural instincts, but I think the very basic DNA is still there and something we can't deny. We are attracted to men who are masculine, who look masculine, who have the traits of that. So I guess I agree with her to a certain degree, but I don't know the science.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know all the science behind it, but I thought that was kind of fascinating to learn about. But I think the basis of what she's saying is essentially true. I know for me, I have like a thing with like smelling people. Don't judge me, but like
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
I I like actually smelling a guy, and it's like not just his cologne but like his natural scent of his skin. Like it just does something for me. So like I can back that part of the evidence.
I second that.
Absolutely.
Right? Like something
I was
about
gonna
it.
say that's true. Yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
And I have twins, right? So their father, when I was going through this process of making the decision to have these children, I thought about a lot of the things that she was talking about. I thought about his height. I thought about how strong he was, and how how he would be a good father, the protector, aspect of it. All of that, like all of that was a factor for me when I was making that decision. So I can say that some of it is very true.
I was just gonna say, I do agree with a lot of it. I mean, she did say a lot talking about pheromones. Like there are certain scents that we admit to attract the opposite sex, and that's just how it is. We talk about the hunter and gathering time, which is totally, totally shifted to a whole different realm because now we have a lot of feminine men and a lot of masculine women. So food, all that stuff, chemicals change our makeup, our DNA, and so it does change over time. But the basic biology of men and women, it is a woman is looking to get a man that has all these different qualities, and that's why we do look for the tall man, the masculine man. But somebody had made a comment, I don't know if it was her, but the higher levels of testosterone, and when a man has like that more masculine face, that they're more aggressive. um Well, women actually have a lot of testosterone now too, because women are aggressive too. I don't know where these women come from, but I do agree with some of the things. I think that sometimes we look at the back in the day and we try to compare it to now, and it's completely shifted. We can't compare some things and not all of it. So
Well, in my opinion, I agree a little bit. I'm different. I was maybe because I'm from the islands. I don't look for tall. I'm the opposite. I like
Boo.
different. You know, Trav, I am different. So I don't like the tall, the strong. I'm like, I could take care of myself in that department. I don't need none of that. I
I'm a
do
PhD.
love a man that smells good. That's the first thing I do. When I smell somebody, a woman, I'm like, oh, you smell good. I am very about hygiene. My thing is all about hygiene. If you take care of yourself, that means everything is taken care of. That's how I see it. When it comes back to the hunter days, yes, women tend to do that. But when you're a little bit masculine, like what Jamie was saying, or you have a little bit more masculine in you, you don't tend to look for that. You tend to look for more emotional, a person who's more emotional in my part, or somebody who's like, okay, that I could sit down and talk and watch TV with. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't look for that.
Y'all both
Me.
can't be sitting
But
there feminine.
yeah, but not about feminine, Jamie, but is that so? Okay, let's just say at my age, I don't know how old you guys are, but at my age, I'm like, nah, I've done that, been that. I'm not looking for that. I'm like, I just want to watch Netflix. That's all I want to do all day.
So
Go
they
to
are,
work and watch Netflix. So I think it's everybody is different at different ages. Like me, I'm not looking to have kids. I'm past that stage. So it depends on the person, I think, of the female and the age also.
yeah. They
So
are you saying that your preferences used to be different than they are now?
when I was younger, yes, but I wasn't looking for the masculine type. I was looking more for the 9 to 5 Joe. Like, have a job. I don't care if you know, I'm the opposite of my beautiful friend. I'm not into thugs. I don't do
You
that.
said you in the
I
thugs, Jamie?
I am
First of
not
all,
into that. I'm the
wait,
opposite. I
wait.
don't like
A
guns. I don't like
masculine man
violence.
does not equate to thug. Let's just get that out of the way, okay?
Okay, so she likes
I
guys
want a
with
man
guns.
that was born a man, right? That has a certain level of testosterone. I don't need you to be this musclehead. I don't need you to be that, right? But I just need you to have I believe in gender rules and things like that. So
No, that I believe. A man's
but I'm
supposed to
saying
take care of a woman if she's gonna fight.
but
If
you're
there's a
acting
fight,
like a
he has to
9 to
take
5
over.
guy can't be masculine. A 9 to 5 guy can be masculine.
You sure?
Why can't? So you're saying 9 to 5
Why
guys are
can't a
pussies?
9 to 5 guy be masculine? I would
Yeah.
love to
Right.
understand the
Some of these
reasoning behind that.
some of these 9 to 5 guys are coal miners, oil riggers, Alaskan
Right.
crabbers.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
Well,
he could
Well,
construction
work behind a
workers.
computer
I think
and
it's
still be
important to at least
masculine. He doesn't have to
understand
be a coal
days.
miner.
I think it's important to at least understand what Day considers masculine. What is masculine to you, so that we
Yeah.
know?
Right.
Somebody who's a father figure. That's masculine. Take the role as a father. That's for me is more important. Be a family man than be out in the streets. That's for me is masculine.
The
So
So would
math is
you
everybody
not
say
knows.
that
mathing for me, but
so
okay.
then would you say a feminine man couldn't be a good father?
I didn't say that, but he has to have a little more
I would.
more than me. He has to be more manly than me because
So are
he
you
can't.
comparing it to you, meaning you're too masculine, so you can't have a
Sometimes
masculine
I
man?
have to admit, that's where we talk. Like I'm a little bit dominant, but that's
Oh, so
just the way how I am.
you wear the pants. You run the show.
I didn't
So
say wear the
you,
pants. Trust me, I'm done wearing the pants. I don't like that role.
Day,
I'm done with that.
do you prefer more of like a beta man than an alpha?
Gotcha.
No, I like an alpha.
Do you though? If you're gonna butt heads with them?
A masculine
better.
man is an alpha man.
50-50. Let's say I like a 50-50.
Okay. Okay. I digress.
Yes. I don't like too much, but I don't like him too feminine either.